Next up, we have Yuhei Suzuki. Yuhei, he's been a part of CGR since last year. He actually spoke at last year's symposium. He gave a great talk about how we dedicated a year after the disaster to try to stimulate job creation and community development. He works with staff in an organization called Tumedia, which has two main projects with CICA, which I'm sure he'll talk more about. And congratulations to him. His crafts that he's been selling that have been sold at Fukushima Museum. He's also worked in Kokoro Shokudo, food shops to stimulate community recovery by collaborating with local women's groups and artists. Last year, Yuhei traveled with me to Fukushima as part of the Mission Fellows program for a week, and then I think Yuhei stayed for a month there. So I'm sure he's going to talk more about that. So let's welcome Yuhei Suzuki.
This is a photo I took at a street called Yonomori in Tomioka-machi. It's one of my close friends' hometown, and he is about 10 kilometers away from Fukushima power plant. And I cannot go beyond this street, and yeah, I go over there. It's a bad. He is famous for beautiful cherry blossom in spring, which I never seen. Including this area, I stayed in Fukushima Prefecture about a month last summer, and I told story with my friends today. So like Kenny introduced, I spoke at the last year's symposium about my 1 year stay and days in Shinomaki Prefecture. It's at the north of Fukushima Prefecture from 2011 to 12. So it's a little younger, really. So who came to the last year's symposium? Oh, thanks. So I shouldn't do the same job today. So, but it's okay. I thought the completely different streets, stories, and different situations of Fukushima that year. So as other speakers introduced, now depending on several standards such as the distance from the power plant and radiation level, as Yusuke showed the picture, some of the towns, including here Tomioka, are divided by the administrative regulation line. So even within the same community or same town like Tomioka, it's divided by the line. So someone lived before at the left side of this street, they can re-enter during the daytime only, but cannot stay at night. But over this right side, no one can enter. So anyway, people in Tomioka and other several towns were forced to evacuate and resettle in other areas in and outside Fukushima Prefecture. So, for example, there are lots of problems after that situation. And for example, it is a tension between evacuees and hosts. So evacuees from, due to the evacuees, the population would be closed in host town, and that led to the shortage of service of land and mingled community. So especially Iwaki was seeing many evacuees from the evacuations of social area, including Tomioka, and now there appears tension between Iwaki and Tomioka. So to deal with this problem, my friends, Iwaki residents, and also the people from social area started the dialogue sessions called the Iwaki Future Meeting. It's a project to facilitate open-minded dialogue across the generation and situation. So from this project, one of the residents from Tomioka started to guide to his hometown, Tomioka, and he took me there, and then I took a photo I show you. So that challenge would mitigate the tension between the host people and the evacuees. So here's another story between evacuees and host people in It's a west mountainside of Fukushima. So I was west mountainside of Fukushima, and many evacuees from the town near the power plant, Shisho area came there because it's relatively safer and less damage in ice. So that the evacuees didn't have the connection and network, the community or jobs there because it's a new place for evacuees, even it's the same Fukushima prefecture. So one of my friends designed this product called E. It's made of a traditional material, ice cotton, and to make new jobs for evacuee women. So you can look at the shape of the product in E. It's a reverse of a 3-1. So it's a meaning of a reverse 3-1 and make new happiness in family. So she's one of the participant evacuees I met last summer. Her name is Megumi Hiroshima. She originated from Okumachi and now living in this temporary housing in Aizu Wakamatsu area. So she told me that I want to give back to the love I received because many Aizu people received me and supported me after vacation. So through this kind of dialogue or project, once people were not so close, but now they're gradually taking hand together and make new content and new project. So yeah, it's really sound good. So yeah, let's take action and we can make change. Yeah, it's good. And I think so. I believe that we can take action and make change. But is it really so simple and so easy? Let me tell you another episode. I met an old woman in Kawauchi village. It's also on the documentary film by Emily Tanji. Kawauchi village is a small village and about half of which is within 20 kilometers from Fukushima Daiichi power plant. And so once the old residents of Kawauchi evacuate, gradually radiation level decreased to relatively lower and safer level. And now about 40% of residents have been back. And after several the testing, now they restarted dropping lights after confirming radiation level of lights in the part of the Kawauchi village was much lower and safe. But I met one old woman in this village and talking with her, and she told me that she quit her life work agriculture. So she loved agriculture for long years because her son told her not to eat Fukushima food, even though the testing confirmed the radiation was low. Her son told her not to do that. So that's why she quit. So she told me that episode was fine. So I could tell her nothing. She also told me that her another hobby, in addition to agriculture, is making palm wine. So I just said, oh, I wish I could drink your palm wine. Then her face immediately brightened and, oh really? I keep one at home and wait a minute, I bring it. And then she goes to her home and soon went back to the community hospital center. And she gave me it. It was so delicious. And she smiled, they're giving me this one children. But practically, I could do nothing for her. I could do nothing for communication between her and her son. There's no answer whether she will start agriculture or not. It is not even a question to choose one answer, like which is important for her, agriculture or son. It's not a question to answer or choose. It's impossible to choose. So in that case, any scientific knowledge I studied at Columbia University in School of Public Health was helpless. So yes, we may make actions on some social issues and make change to some extent. But if we see each individual life it's not so simple. It's more complicated and ambivalent. Here's words from my friend in Fukushima. She's originally from Fukushima, but went to Tokyo to work, and then come back to Fukushima after the disaster happened. When we were driving by her, she said to me, I love and hate Fukushima, because it's my hometown. Sometimes I almost escape from Fukushima and go far away, like Hokkaido, Hawaii. But I can't. I'm bound with Fukushima. So her complex feeling is not only caused by the nuclear disaster or radiation. It's combined with more common phenomena for us, like those who are young and left rural home once and went to metropolitan city like Tokyo, New York City. She's just a young, normal girl. But since she's dedicated to herself to several activities for recovery, people could simplify labels on her, such as chapter words. Fukushima leaders taking social actions for recovery from the nuclear disaster. Yes, it may be true. She dedicated herself for recovery. But it's just one aspect of her life or her identity. But it happens in the context of disaster or other lots of social issues all over the world. I do also feel sometimes that simple labels are put on me when I talk about Tohoku and my activity in Miyagi and my trip in Fukushima. Like someone asked me, are you originally from Tohoku? No, I'm not originally from Tohoku. So then they asked, so why are you so passionate about helping people in Fukushima or in Miyagi, Tohoku? No, I don't think I'm helping people. I'm just enjoying to live together with my friends in Tohoku. It's not helping or aid. And then I told them like I'm originally from Kobe, not Tohoku. But Kobe is another disaster happened area 90 years ago. So like it happened. Did your disaster experience in Kobe influence or your drive your commitment to Tohoku? So that's why you were passionate for Tohoku. No. It's nothing to do with me. Like Kobe, do not connect simply to Kobe to Tohoku. It's just a coincidence for me. Like I was in Tokyo when the earthquake hit, and I had time to go there, and then I decided to do that. It's nothing to do with Kobe. Don't do that. But like both I and she struggle with this, labeling or putting simple images. But ironically, that label led me tracing my own personal memories again in Kobe, and led me finding a hidden memory. It happened this week. So let me just briefly explain my experience in Kobe. So as the disaster happened 90 years ago, my housing was fortunately safe at the earthquake. And I was 7 years old, only the first year of the elementary school. But two friends' families evacuated to my small home because their housing was completely devastated. And so more than 15 people lived together in a small houses. But my housing was safe and all my family was safe, and I'm just easygoing kids playing inside using a game and listening with other kids. So previously I thought my experience in Kobe was more severe, and I didn't regard me as a victim of the disaster. But last week and this week I traced my memory, and now I know I did also get hurt. And now I expect, though not all, but my experience of the disaster in Kobe did affect me today, did affect my identity today. But it took 90 years to accept, but to find. It's not a short and straightforward process. It cannot easily be realized by putting simple labels. So each person, including me, my friends, and all of you here, has different pain, suffering, and sorrow. each person goes different paths to accept own destiny and find their own story. Each individual lives in loneliness, which cannot be shared absolutely. But I believe we can care and stand by with each other. So my message this time is, you don't need to hurry. You don't necessarily to take action every day. You can sit down sometimes and take a rest, look around your neighborhood, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Bronx, Queens, and cherish your small, ordinary days, which must be larger than simple labels. Embrace yourself, embrace your loneliness. That's enough to love others and to connect with each other. So this is the last day for me to stay here in New York. My flight is tomorrow. So finally, thank you so much, New York City. Thank you all here. New York City raised me up. New York City empowered me up. And I do wish you happiness. And I do wish you enjoy your ordinary small life. Thank you.
Thank you, Yuhei. Again, wonderful call at the end of this symposium. And have a safe trip back to Japan.